Jamaicans, immigrants, Africans. Why is it that it is so difficult for you people to understand that the moment you leave your country to another country for greener pasture, it is because you have seen that that country will produce you more income than the country you are coming out from? Now, why is it so difficult for you guys to understand that when you get to these countries that you want to get your greener pasture from, any country for that matter, the best and only thing for you to do is to literally respect the people of that country. The second thing for you to do is to literally have the sense of good customer service. I don't know why a lot of people are literally blaming this Black American woman for what she did to this Jamaican lady. But in all, I have something to say at the end of the video, because that is when I will now relax and digest exactly what I understand. I would never be biased and make it look like, oh, Black Americans are the problem. But anyways, let's roll out the clip so that you guys can literally watch and let me know what you think before I say anything I want to say at the end of this video. First, welcome back again to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credit belongs to the original creator of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And with that being said, let's dive right into this video, and I'll be back with commentaries. For disclaimers, this is just for educational video only. So let's go watch, guys.
Oh my goodness. So let me start off this video by saying that if you are an illegal in this country right now, I would recommend that you are on your bestest behavior, okay? Your bestest. I would recommend that you are seen and not heard. And even then, it's 50-50, okay? Even then, you may just get, deported. That being said, there is a video that came across my feed, and I have to be honest with you, I could not stop laughing because it's funny, but it's also sad, but it's mostly funny. And it's caused a lot of controversy. And I'm gonna explain why. Now, here's the thing. It's a video. It's a Black American woman. And she's talking about how she went into this Jamaican woman's restaurant. And she got an order. She goes back to her car. And the food smelled rancid. Okay, the bag stank. She tried to go back into the restaurant and get a new plate.
This Jamaican lady, she has this restaurant. I can't tell you what town it's in, but very nasty attitude. I went in to buy a dinner about 3 weeks ago. And she gave me some burnt up rice. Now, I paid about $27 for this dinner. And I had 2 side orders. She gave me some burned up rice and some nasty piece of chicken. The chicken tastes rotten. Now, when I got to my car and opened up the meal, the container was stinking. Okay? That's how rotten the food was. So I went inside and politely asked her for another plate.
Jamaican lady, according to her, mind you, according to her, cursed her out. Okay, calls her every name in the book except her God-given name. Now, the Black woman is like, all right, bet.
Because the food was not adequate. And I told her what was wrong with the food. So she got very loud, very nasty, very, very nasty lady. Instead of just taking the food back, making me another plate. I didn't eat it, hardly anything out of it. Instead of her being a nice business owner, making the customer happy, she decides to curse me out like a dog. Her attitude was so nasty.
Now listen. When you have those type of people who are willing to go back and forth with you, right? You yell at them, they yell at you, right. And then you have those silent types who are like, you know what? It's better to show how I feel about you, not with words, but with action. All right. Now, this Black American woman understands that she got a thick accent. Her and I guess her man got a thick accent. And so she calls ICE on them.
I already figured she was in this country illegally because she has this heavy accent. I can tell. I knew that she was here illegally, her and her husband. And I'm saying if you're going to be here illegally in this country, you can at least be humble about it, okay?
Message. Your job is to be nice to people. Your job is to interact with people. Your job is to be polite to people. If you can't do that, then you're in the wrong job. And you need to find something else to do where you don't have to interact with people. And it's that simple. Guys, have you heard about the woman who bought a Jamaican food from a Jamaican restaurant, and just because she didn't like the quality of the food, she decided to call ICE on the people? She said, oh, they had a heavy accent. The woman had a heavy accent in the back of the restaurant. So because she had a heavy accent, that is the reason why she decided to call ICE. Now, because you don't like the food and you don't like the quality, which is only $27, you think a woman's life or whatever that woman is going through at the restaurant is equated to $27. Are you telling me you couldn't just leave a bad review and just let it stay where it's at? That tells me that sometimes the people that you see, and I'm sure that's not the first time she went to that restaurant. I'm sure she's a consistent customer. But sometimes jealousy, because of jealousy, and people are not progressing in their life and they see that you're doing a business, they want to bring you down. And that, for me, is to tell everyone out there who's in a situation where they're not straight and they're out there, be careful of the very people that are around you, the very people that's been associating themselves with you, because they are the very people that's going to bring you down. It means that you cannot trust, not even your customers. Don't trust them.
So the woman called ICE on the restaurant. And I see every Jamaican I make video attack about it, say she wrong. But how about you talk about the attitude of the people that are working at the restaurant and the behavior that they have while you are spending your money? What is it that Jamaican workers have to be so disrespectful, especially in a Jamaican restaurant? Why are they so disrespectful and rude? Yeah, they might never sell her any rotten food and she could have get back a refund or whatever. Or however the situation go, because none of we never did it. We would have loved to hear from the restaurant what really happened. But let us talk about our behavior as Jamaicans and everybody making videos to defend the restaurant. Whoever the worker is, we don't know. But at the end of the day, you remember, say, we as Jamaicans just the same. We go there and then disrespect and piss we have worse than how they piss off other people sometimes. Because nobody not yet Jamaican like Jamaican. You don't have to do nothing. Them just want to see you walking at the restaurant and automatically them start give your attitude like them have more man and girl problem than everybody in the world. How about we speak about that? How about we speak of a little customer service and a little respect to the persons that is coming to your establishment to spend their money with you? How about we speak about that? Yeah? How about the disrespect we don't always have and give people because you don't feel like, oh, me a Jamaican and I don't take no chat from nobody. And not everybody are going to take it. How about that? So yes, the woman never did fi call no ICE. And she never did fi take it that far. But you know fi take responsibility too. Because you know no disrespectful and you know no mean and angry all the time for whatever reason I don't know. A person come into an establishment, especially the restaurants, and they want to order something. And me no know which problem you have from the yard. Don't take up your car come and work with you know. Me no do you know nothing. The person probably not do nothing. But you know always have attitude and it's been going on for years. So you cannot blame the woman alone. Yes, she take it too far. But you can't jump up and defend Jamaican restaurant like that because you are Jamaican. You must be honest and split justice because you know some of the things them that happen in there is true. And that is the problem with us as Jamaicans. We go on like we big and bad and we bold and we run things everywhere we go. And if nobody do nothing, yes, Jamaicans are going to run come defend it. How about you start tell we if you take some accountability? And we say we because the island we sometimes we full of attitude, we need to check ourselves. Why not always so mad with the customer them? Even when the customer them not do nothing to you, them just ask for some quality service. What is wrong with that? And people are going to say, oh well, cook on a yard. If everybody did cook on their yard, nobody would need to go to a restaurant. Which is so fucking stupid. Persons do cook at home, but there are times when they can't. And then stop to get something to eat. Yeah, we're not going to say, we don't do for cook on a yard, I don't for cook. If everybody did cook a yard, the same restaurant them would not have a business to run. So for the dunce empty head people, them will always come for some bullshit because they want to defend the behavior of their kin. How about you know think about that? McDonald's would do in a business. Burger King would do in a business. Jamaican restaurant will sell patty shop, patty and patty would do in a business. If everybody did decide, say, we are going to cook and we now go out. Have some sense, no man. Unu can't wrong and strong all the time. Sometimes when you no wrong, you have to take wrong and split justice. Yes, we defend Jamaicans all the way. And we don't make nobody take step away. But in order to fix the situation, because not only Americans and other people, them rude to we too. You're gonna if you buy something, them I tell you what you can and cannot get. You're running an establishment. If you go anywhere else to buy no chicken or no rice or no whatever. The only thing, if they did have a rule, say, well, no, such and such and such, then we understand. But sometimes the cashiers and the person selling the food are making their own rules because they look by you and feel like so them not like you. Which is very weird. So we have to split justice. We have to split justice. And if we not talk up, then now go do better, and it's been going on for years. Everybody knows the Jamaican restaurant workers disrespectful. And it's not getting better because everybody keep on and say, oh, make them go suck them mother. I'm not going like when I tell people go suck them mother, I go do something to them. Everybody come, suck on the mother, suck on the mother. What I go do? Alright, we suck with mother now. What else? We don't need to grow up and start take accountability for your behavior. Another simple that. Everybody can come defend the wrong. We don't need to do better.
And for that lady that called the ICE on those Jamaican workers over a plate of food, I hope when they reach back home, you are never able to eat a next plate of food. Because I don't think y'all doing enough research on us. That's the problem. Y'all used to us being this vibrant, easygoing type of people. But let's go Google St. Thomas, St. Elizabeth, and St. Mary, because as a Kingstonian, I would have traveled to those areas just for y'all. And you would have never find peace in eating another plate of food. Every plate of food you look bad. You would have seen something when another day. But I tell no lie, lady. Every plate of food will come in front of you. You would have seen some things on the plate. Everybody will ask you, where you sit? Because them would see it, you know. But you would have seen it.
The lady that called ICE on the Jamaican restaurant. The story getting wild. And I think it is getting so viral because of our skin color. We are trying to come to grips with the severe action she took for just $27. We are saying it's just for $27, but she's saying is that she felt disrespected, okay? She said she felt like a dog, and she said the food wasn't good, and if they had only come to one agreement for her to get another plate of food, then it would not have met to this level. However, I just feel as though it was too severe. The action that she took is too severe. But who am I, like I said in my previous video, to say she right or she wrong? From me as a person, I cannot take a livelihood and bread away from another person's mouth, because I don't know what that person going through to feed their families. And for $27 on a plate of food, I can't damage a whole person's livelihood like that, you know. But that's what she did, and it is sad to see our own race. All right, I don't need to call my race, but it's sad to see how our own race is just get up and disrespect we and ruin we whole life. People walking in and out of our own business, our own homes, are the person that ready to stab us in the back just for a plate of food and $27. Well, according to she's not about the money, it's about the respect. And I'm just going to be sarcastic because I don't know what else to say. But Jamaicans, I love your food and nobody can change that. And it is sad to see the situation is being blown up into the sky.
So this lady here who said she went to a Jamaican restaurant. And when she went there, she purchased her food. After she leave, she realized that the food was burnt and the meat was rotten. She went back in the restaurant. and tell them to change the food rotten and the food burned. You went back in the restaurant and asked them to change the food. Instead of tell them, I need my money back. This food ain't good. And y'all need to change whatever meat you're using because it's rotten. That's what I would have done. And not only that, I would have also called health department so they can come and check out their restaurant. And before getting to an argument, I maybe would have just called the cops and make a report so that they don't want to give me my money back if I'm asking for the money or I'm asking to change the food and they won't give me. But as a black person, you are a snake, you are a rat, you are everything in the book, but I'm not going to call you the B word, which you are. So, and I'm not going to say if S your mother, which you should. You know, because as a Jamaican, everybody know what S your mother, you know, S-Y-M your mama girl. Sure. But anyway, me upset, and I'm not entitled to express myself how I want to express it because you are a female. The B word. The S word. The F word. Like I said, I am pretty much upset because you could have done one thing. Call the health department. Two things. Call the cops. But you didn't have to call immigration. Now, let me show you how trifling this woman is. And how antagonizing this woman is. She said weeks later, she went back to the restaurant and it was closed. So you was going back to buy burnt food and rotten meat? Sound like if there was more to the story that you're not explaining out. You did I fuck the girl, man? Let me ask you a question. Were you having sex with the woman, husband, and the man never want you? So you say, since I can't have you, go back home with your lady, your woman. Me want to know, I must something like that. Girl, you look like one big snake in that the glasses there. Like a girl say, you need to call immigration for your edges. Your edges need fixing. And look underneath her, and look her. You look like she tighten up right as son, but right as so old. You're old like my grandmother in her grave. You're old like my grandfather. You're old, you shrivel up. You shrivel up. Look at her face. Oh, it shrivel up. Your face look like when my balls swivel up when time it cold touch it. Not now. No stop. My balls don't shrivel up now, it's smooth. But that face, yeah, look like my balls shrivel up. But anyway, you see you lady, and you keep on making video while I am making mine. Because the woman, she's so trifling that, yep, I'm the one that called the immigration. Look at her. This is her. Yep. I'm the one that called the immigration on the Jamaican woman because she gave me burnt food. And she didn't want to share her husband. And all the woman need is just one night. Or one more night if the man did done start. Because some of you restaurant owner, to be blamed. Because when you left from the restaurant with no good woman and gone out the door, go shop. And so when you end up with that, girl come talk about spoiled food, rotten, burnt food, rotten meat, and now called ice agent pounder. But I want to know why you went back. Don't you did get your point out? Why did you went back? For food or for see the people in place closed? Because you said it was closed when you went back, right? I hope God have some special place for you. And I know heaven, hell you go.
Not y'all calling ice on the Jamaican restaurants. Oh, on the Jamaican restaurants. Literally, y'all got ICE ice kicking down the doors at them little mom and pop Jamaican restaurants. Y'all done woke me up out of bed. I forgot what city I'm in right now, but I'm at work. I go all across this country and I be looking for the Jamaican restaurants, looking for them because they good. Okay? This woman said, and I'm going to post a picture or whatever, but she said she walked in the Jamaican restaurant and they had a bad attitude. And then she didn't like the way her food was, so she took it back and was like, make me another plate. And the woman cussed her out. Ma'am, if you know anything about Jamaican restaurants or the Caribbean restaurants, when you walk in and they got a bad attitude, that means the food is about to be fire. Okay? I be looking for the bad attitude because sis is tired because she been in the back cooking. What's your order? What the money? Here your plate. Go. Okay? That's how I know the food gonna be good. Fix it, Lord. Bumbleclot. But yeah, don't do that though. Don't do that. Okay? Don't do that. That is a sign that the food is good. Okay? How am I supposed to be a flight attendant and go to all these cities and when I want to go get some good food, ain't no Jamaican restaurants because y'all done call ICE everywhere? Make America great again. Because no.
All right, so today I'm going to talk about she might be ethnic Black American. She appears to be ethnic Black American who called ICE on the Jamaican lady in the Jamaican restaurant. So you're going to watch and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about it.
Called the ICE hotline. Now, I have never done this to anybody. There's a lot of people I could do this to. Anybody, but this woman was so nasty to me. I just had to get her. So I called the ICE hotline. And I told them that there are some illegal Jamaican people.
Okay, so before I start this, I want to say first and foremost that my life has been heavily impacted in terms of like me in education or whatever by Jamaican women. I've met some amazing I lived in New York and I met some amazing Jamaican women who helped all children, ethnic Black American children, as long as they were darkly melanated or deeply melanated or just melanated children. They loved those kids and they taught me a lot about how to love those kids when I was a very, very new teacher, when I was just starting out. And I've also had some great relationships with Jamaican men. And I think the Jamaican women were from Jamaica. The Jamaican men were born in America. So they were Jamaican American. That being said, or whatever, I also have noticed that Jamaicans, have a particular feeling towards ethnic Black Americans. It wasn't very obvious to me, of course, until several years ago when, when we started becoming ethnocentric and I started to, remember, especially, I think the biggest issue that is really contentious and it kind of shows the relationship that Jamaicans and attitudes that they have and the jealousies they have towards ethnic Black Americans is this whole hip hop thing. The fact that Jamaicans really want to say that Kool Herc and, Kool Herc really needs to just come out with a statement and say that hip hop started with Jamaicans is kind of disgusting and disrespectful. And I had an ex that was Jamaican American and even he tried to say that. And we had to really talk about it. And then also too, when there was a reparations discussion, he wanted to insert himself and he got very angry when I told him, it's none of your business to discuss ethnic Black Americans reparations. Why do you think, you have a say? And to some degree, this is on us because of in my previous Pan-Africanness, we opened and welcomed everybody into our culture. And therefore, a lot of people still feel very entitled to discuss us and to discuss our culture and to feel like they can say stuff about us. We have never weaponized being ethnic Black American against people. And we've always been very humble and downplayed it. And now that's done. And people have to have a wake-up call. The disrespect we've been receiving from so many people from Caribbean African cultures that we had no idea was going on is just ridiculous. And you can't expect us to keep dealing with it after we have given you so much grace. If you think we didn't know we were Americans, then you were mistaken. If you think that we didn't know that we had power and influence and we had certain things, you were mistaken. Because in your countries, you guys weaponize that against each other. There's so much classism that you mistook our kindness and our humility for just being naive and not knowing what we were, what we had. And you guys say this a lot. You say a lot to us, oh, you guys don't know the opportunities you have. Yes, we do. We just didn't throw them in your face because we were considerate and compassionate. But because that's not how you guys operate amongst yourselves, you could not conceive of a group of people who are considered under the Negro category of, under the racial category of Negro. You could not conceive of them having all of these things and not rubbing it in your face and treating you like crap. Because that's what happens in your countries. When your people get to a certain status in your country, they treat each other like crap. They rub it in each other's faces and they brag about it and they compete and they're nasty. That's not our culture. There's always going to be some of us like that, but that's not how ethnic Black Americans get down. And that's why y'all misread this whole situation. And this is why you're in the position now where you're getting ICE called on you. So it's a new day. It's a new day. Ethnic Black, whatever, God says this in the Bible, and I'm sure in the Quran or what have you. If you don't appreciate something, it gets taken from you. If you don't appreciate something, it gets taken from you. And it's time. It's just time. You didn't appreciate the fact that we weren't coming against you the way that we could have. We didn't throw our success in your face the way that we could have. And you took it as, oh, it's because we're more successful, instead of, wow, they're humble and they're not trying to rub in our face that they're the wealthiest they're the wealthiest group in the entire diaspora. And they're not rubbing that in our face. They're the most educated, the most healthiest, the most whatever you can think of group in the diaspora, and they're not rubbing that in our face. They're not making us feel bad about coming from a developing nation that has nothing. And instead of you recognizing that, you said to yourself, oh, if they're being kind to me and compassionate to me, then they must not have nothing, or we must be better. Your psychology, your colonized minds, and this is not all Jamaicans, but it's damn sure a lot. Your psychology was so warped and so ungrateful and so competitive and I'm going to compete and we're better and they're worse and I've got this and you could not even see. You looked a gift horse in the mouth. Now, I don't know if Jamaica has that statement, but we have that in America. You look a gift horse in the mouth. If somebody gives you something for free, and instead of just saying, thank you for this free gift, I'm going to look in the gift horse's mouth to see if the teeth, how is it doing? That's what you did. And so it's a new day. Now we are weaponizing what we have against you now. We never did this before because we looked at other groups of people in the Negro race category as brothers and sisters. However, we were doing this on by ourselves, and everybody else was being nasty to us, talking bad about us, using white tea talking points to criticize and demean us. And it's disgusting. And you guys have to take accountability and ownership for this. For example, I guarantee you, if that Black American woman, if she was Black American woman, went into that Jamaican restaurant and said, my food is nasty, can you please refund it? The Jamaican lady would have done backflips and beyond to replace that food for that YT woman. She would have got her refund. She would have gotten an apology. She would have gotten anything, and the woman would have never been nasty to her. It is probably, if this even story is true, it is probably the disdain that this Jamaican woman had for ethnic Black American people that made her nasty and rude in the first place. I don't know if this part is true, but the lady even said, the Black American lady even said the woman threw something at her. I don't care. Y'all can say what you want, all you want. However, the truth of the matter is this. Anybody who throws something at you, after they gave you nasty food, is going to make you think about whether you should call ICE or whoever you want to call, whether it's your mama and her people to come get this lady or whatever. My point is saying this is that after an exchange that was nasty, I probably would not have called ICE. This is me. If somebody threw something in my face, I would think about it. And I'm a very, very compassionate, gracious person, like extremely compassionate and gracious. But I'm going to start thinking about it. What you other groups need to understand is that ethnic Black Americans are tired of your negativity, your attacks in our country. If you don't like ethnic Black Americans, that is your right to feel that way. But you got to remember, and we will remind you, that this is our country. It is our country. You are a guest here in our country. If I come to somebody else's house, I don't disrespect them, because they can throw me out. So I'm just saying, just remember that. When I went to Jamaica, it was a very sad experience for me to go to Jamaica because of the poverty, but I never disrespected Jamaicans when I went there. I was very polite and I was very respectful. But I'm going to tell you, they tried to scam me a little bit, and I just wasn't down for that. But I was very respectful because I'm in their country. This is just about respect. And you guys need to learn this, or this is what's going to happen, because we're done. Once you disrespect somebody enough, they're tired, and it's done. It's not the same. We're not the same. And we always knew that, but we were humble and we wanted to give you compassion, but you guys ruined it. We're not the same in America. We're not.
The woman we call Ice on the Jamaican restaurant, right? I feel like it should have reached so far. You see me say? At the end of the day, that is people lives, that is people, food, what I'm put on table for them family. You see me? That is people income. However, I'm a Jamaican and I face the same fuckery with people them. What make we call a spade a spade. I'm not saying this lady right at all. You see me? When it comes to calling Ice. He never did that for reach this. But, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Out of probably 10 restaurant, Jamaican restaurant, out of the 8 of them, y'all get attitude. I'm not gonna lie. Understand this, when it comes to America, Canada, them foreign places, but when it comes to customers, them up here, so them come first. When you go at a restaurant in America or Canada or other foreign countries, right? You say if you say you like a plate, them come, them take a plate, and them give you a next plate. Or you order something else. No charge. I saw them do it in them place. You understand what I say? And I feel like, say, if the food rotten, as what she said, you see me? She shouldn't ask for a next plate. She should have asked for a refund, which I think she said she did. You see me? And it's caused an argument. I feel like, if that's what she says about the refund, me feel like, say, them should have just give her back her refund and make she go on. You see me? I say? And most of the time, honestly, like any other restaurant, and not just Jamaican restaurant alone, you see me? Them not really, them have them overnight food. You see me I say? Big man thing, make call a spade a spade. At the end of the day, yeah, she's American and we're going to defend our own and whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, majority of these Jamaican restaurants, them not have no manners. The owner them not have no manners, most of them. And the worker them not have no manners. You see me? You go to a restaurant and ask for something twice. You see me? And a problem. It's like them come to work angry. You see me? Them come to work for cuss. Them come to work for argue. I don't know. And it's not good for business. Make this be a fucking lesson too. You understand what I say? However, I'm not saying that she's right to call Ice. You see me I say? Because, come on. You never have to reach this up. But who knows what transpire and the disrespect will happen this up between them. You see me I say? At the end of the day, as me I say, make it be a fucking lesson. Because me go through this too, we don't know. No for don't have no manners and people that carry them money come go no. If you have some respect and deal with people according to how people deal with you. You see me I say? We are come spend our money, deal with people good, a food. At the end of the day, you get people business. Like the restaurant could have been like more professional and be like, you know what, apologize, you know what I mean, here's a refund, boom, done. Again, me not take up for this woman, but at the end of the day, we know as a Jamaican, say them things are always a happen. We not be biased. I am not going to be biased. No, I am sorry that this have happened to this family, that them have to get deported or whatever the case may be, because trust me, it's hard when they get deported and you have a business to feed your family. You understand me? I say, in a different country. You understand me? I say, nobody no want that for themselves. You understand? Or for them family. So at the end of the day, just make this be a lesson for every restaurant. You see me? I say, on a training an employee properly how to deal with the public. Facts.
I woke up this morning to the news. A black American woman is now claiming that she called ICE on a Jamaican restaurant 3 weeks ago, and she went yesterday and have a look at it, and it was closed down. She's claiming that she purchased food, and when she opened the box, the food was rotten. She went in, tried to have a conversation with the lady. The lady was disrespectful and rude because they have an heavy accent. She's claiming that it's the lady and her husband that own the place. She didn't like it. She went home and called ICE, and now the place is closed down. So I guess they are arrested. I didn't know that having a heavy accent equal out to being illegal, because I'm living in the Netherlands and I don't have a Dutch accent and I have a Dutch passport. But maybe those people were illegal. Maybe there was food safety problem there why it got closed down. But this is what I have to say. When I got the news this morning, no disrespect, but I just know it was a black American that did this. And I mean with no disrespect. I have a lot of you people that follow me and I follow you back, but we have to be very frank now. The hatred that some of you people have for our Caribbean people is not normal. The hatred that some of you people have for our fellow Africans, some of our fellow African brothers and sisters, it's not normal. So I just know it wasn't a Karen that did this. I know it was one of your people that did this. It is so disgusting not only to do it, but to come on social media and make videos about it. And I don't know what we're, because I went and searched for the video. I don't know what wearing a dark black glass was going to do about it. If that's your way of hiding your face. So I hope the money you make from the viral video, I hope she see this. I hope it serve you and serve you well and serve you for eternity. And I hope you sleep well at night knowing you interrupt the lives of other people, and I don't believe it was necessary. I believe it was intentional, because when I go to a news station, they said this is a technique that people have used there before when things is not going their way with foreigners and their businesses. So this is a type of behavior that some of you people have been, behaving. Very wrong. Very wrong. Because most likely this woman even used a credit card, so she could have disputed the charges. She didn't. It wasn't necessary to go off and do something like this. Very much unthoughtful. Very much cruel. Very much wicked. But Bob Marley ever sang, he said, you think you're in heaven when you're living in hell. You think you're in heaven when you're living in hell. The old world can see that America is hell. And I personally gonna leave this lady to Donald Trump, because I know Donald Trump will serve this lady right eventually. He will serve this lady right. I am not going to be stressed and depressed about this idiot, because she's clearly an idiot. I'm not calling her an idiot because I don't have anything else to do. It's an idiot that will get up and call ICE on someone. It wasn't necessary. She could have said her piece and leave. And if she used a credit card, this lady could have clearly disputed the charges and get back her money. This wasn't a route that she had to take. Very spiteful, cruel, and disgusting. But what to expect? What to expect from the black group that is convinced that they are the superior black group? What to expect? This is what to expect. This is what to expect from most of those people. this type of outrageous and outlandish and unthoughtful behavior. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. It is.
You guys have literally seen that video. You guys have literally seen all the clips that I've been able to roll out. Now, like I said from the onset of my video, I'm not saying 100% what this Black American woman did was right, right? But let's just start from this aspect. As someone that is a business owner, what am I supposed to do? And do you know why I relate to this very well? I relate to this topic very well. And this topic is really pissing me off. And I'd be like, even if this happened like 6 or 7 days ago, I still need to throw my opinion, is because I made this hair day before yesterday. And day before yesterday that I made this particular hair you are seeing, the place I was sitting down, I became hungry. And I decided to order for fried yam, right? So they brought this fried yam to me. I tasted the first one, good. I tasted the second one, good. The third one, it was smelling somehow. It was smelling like something that is already rotten before you literally fried this yam. And I dropped it one side. The fourth one, the same thing. The fifth one, the same thing. And I have to tell the lady that was making this, I said, please let it not be like I'm over exaggerating. Can you please help me test this yam? The moment the lady puts the yam in her mouth, she poured it out. And she was like, this yam is already going bad before this lady literally fried this yam. I was like, how? So I got angry. I went to the lady's place, the lady that was selling, right? I went to her place and I told her, this yam that you gave me is bad. For crying out loud, why will you give me something that you know that is bad? And you know, I paid for my money. Before I could even say the next thing, she has started shouting, she has started saying different manner of words. I didn't say anything. I just have to literally tell people around, come test this. The moment they tested, they pour it out. The moment they tested, they pour it out. But despite the fact this lady was still claiming her rights, that was when Anine decided that for you to still be claiming rights, instead of apologizing to me and telling me that, oh, you're very sorry, probably you didn't even know, or pretend as if you're not even aware, because I knew that you were literally aware. Am I not frying yam in my house? So for you to do this, you are paying me instantly, or I'm going to call the police on you. That was what I told her. And with a little bit back and forth and how she was wrapping her mouth, she was forced to pay me. And I collected my money from her with all full confidence. I have already planned my day that if she did not give me my money, I am going to arrest her, because that is what some of these people deserved, right? Now, that is just one of the scenarios. I've gone to places where I got something and that thing was not okay. They apologized nicely, apologized politely, apologized very well. And because of that apology alone, I will literally not take any action and I'll be like, okay, just forget about it. Do you get? That's the kind of person that I am. I hate it when you're trying to tamper on my ego and make me look stupid. I'm not going to say, like I said again, that this Black American woman was right. But if you check from the clip that I roll out for you, 99% of what I notice is that a lot of people that decide to leave their home country to another country to go look for greener pastures, they do not have manner of approach. And this is not the first scenario we are seeing with Africans, Caribbeans, immigrants in the US or in other country, where you can literally see them look at you in your face and make you look stupid. Let's assume that the moment this Black American woman brought back this food, right? Let's assume that the moment she brought back this food to the restaurant, maybe as a manager or as the owner of the place, I say, give me spoon, and I test. Maybe I might not know that the food is bad. Do you get? Let me just assume that I don't know that the food was bad, but the moment you bring the food back, I will first of all test this food to see what the test is all about, before even starting saying what I want to say. Because the customer cannot buy something of $27, move into her car, and then come back immediately. She just wants to return it. Knowing fully well that according to the story of this woman, she said she has not even eaten any part of the food. The food was already smelling rotten. So what is the big deal for you as a shop owner or as a restaurant owner to just perceive the food or just pick some out of the food, put in your mouth to know if it's bad or not, to know if there is a mistake there or not? Would that be too big? What is even the point if I even know that, okay, this food is not bad, but because I just want to make you comfortable, just because I want you to come back next time to patronize me, since you've not touched this food, I will just give you an extra plate. Why is it so difficult for us to just understand each other as human beings? Instead of just going all the way out and start saying whatever you're saying, because the woman keep repeating, the Black American woman keep repeating that this lady is literally nasty. I think where we are, we wouldn't have been there. Now, where I literally blame this Black American woman a little bit is that she called eyes on them, knowing fully well, because according to her video, she said she knew the way they were speaking, that they were illegal immigrants. And knowing fully well what everybody's survivor is trying to be, as if I'm in the shoes of that Black American woman, I wouldn't have called eyes on that woman. I would have decided to either call the police or look for another route to settle it, or just ignore them and then go to my website and mark them bad. Drop bad comments, and then since you are already online, come online, talk about it so that people can also see. Instead of just going ahead to call eyes. The moment I heard that she called eyes, honestly, I was quite disappointed. But although I knew that before she would go to that extent of calling eyes on them, it simply means that something has happened that led to something. Because I can tell you for a whole fact that in my own country, this woman literally did this to me. So if this kind of person moved to another country, do you think she will not do the same thing? I don't know. Probably I will have a school of schooling immigrants on how they can actually do their customer relationship. I work as a guest service representative for years. So I know what customer service is all about. At least the first thing, apologize first, even when you know that you are right, because you are the owner of the business. You are the one that they are coming back to patronize. You are the one that the customers are going to recommend other people to. You are the one that need that money. Without the customers, without them, you will still not be there. So if one customer leaves, just have it at the back of your mind that it's like 10 people that just left you. That is what some business owners don't understand. You think it's just one customer, oh, she just left. The person that she wanted to recommend, or the person that, or she might be coming back to back to get some, you are not going to see her again. I don't know, probably I'm talking too much, probably I'm biased, I don't know. Just let me know in the comment section, but credit belongs to the original creator. Every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode, and this is just for educational purposes. Let me know your honest opinion in the comment section. What would you have done if you are the Jamaican lady? Because at this point, the lady said she went back to that restaurant and the restaurant was already closed down. So it simply means that they have literally been deported, or I don't know. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And yes, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be saying bye, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys, I love you guys.